count in. Okay. This is What If Life Was, pitch episode 7. Pitch episode 7. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello. I think you have something to declare, Brandon.
Yeah, I on this trip I packed a large amount of alcohol, so I just need everybody to be aware of that, and so that has now been declared.
No, man. I meant what you said about the black cherries.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, well, it's past the point anyway. But nothing black cherry has ever tasted good. I'll die on that hill.
That's Brandon's hot take of the day.
This is What If Life Was. This is episode 7 here, and boys, we got a bit of splaining to do. I think.
Yeah.
We'll have another video out, kind of talking this over in more detail. But if you were following us, you'll notice that Project 6 is not up on the channel, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But I think the main reason is kind of a reason that we started this podcast in general, which is that life happened to us. And it is shot. All the footage is there. It just needs to be edited, and we have ideas for that and everything. Long story short, one of the reasons we wanted to do this was to have a set of projects that we have finished within the couple of years that we'll be working on this. And so it will be finished at some point. It just needs to have a little bit more time in the oven. And so we are going to still be moving forward. This jacket lasted all of, 1 minute and 45 seconds. Glasses will be next.
Nice.
But yes, basically we didn't get finished, and it will be finished along with all the rest of the projects. But more or less, we're going to be doing away with the upload date as an upload day, and more of a we are about to move on to the next project. So give us a little bit more time with Project 6, and it'll be finished soon, and we will share it with you. And that's when we will call that person's prompt, the prompt person for that, to go over that. So that won't happen this episode. So I'm not going to say sorry for that. I just that's just how the cookie crumbles. And watch the other video. Will be on our channel. That'll come out at some point, explaining that state of the life.
It's great because we basically just wanted to be the best it can.
Yeah, but do you want to talk a little bit just how it's going? Because I have really not been involved at all. I was going to be the editing of it, and my computer decided that it did not want to do that. So how was shooting it? I mean, you guys got a number of the interviews, or all the interviews done, and I mean, how was hunting these people down and having these conversations about anime?
It went really well. I mean, we did all 4 in one day, and we just
I don't know why I didn't know that. I know you guys have probably said it. My brain's just been elsewhere, but like, holy cow, that's a lot of...
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
We were originally going to have like a couple scattered out throughout the week, but when you schedule other people, it's kind of your people that are graciously giving their time. It's on their dime, so like we had to kind of be flexible. And it's funny, I love the like in this project specifically really got me thinking about how much I kind of love the hunt aspect of like filming sometimes, especially with documentaries. And what I mean by that is like things are going to change, plans are going to change. You have to be flexible. That is the number one. If you're ever thinking about doing any kind of video work at all, you really need to be flexible. And what I'm talking about there is like we ran into issues on Saturday because we had it scheduled out to where we were going to meet somebody at this time, and it was all going to be good. And it's funny because I joked with my wife and I was like, hey, I'm going to be home probably by 5 this time. It's going to be great, right? And time changes things, right? So like, I know that's a very weird thing to say. Sorry, that was not a good thing.
No, it's fine. It's just, yeah.
But like, it just like, some people had to push back, or we had to push back, and we had to find somebody at a certain time. And like, basically I got home at 10:30 doing 4 interviews.
Well, and I'd like to clarify that none of that is what has held up the project either. It was largely, I had a couple of days to edit this, and I again, my computer just did not want to have that kind of memory on it any longer. And
yeah, man. Well, you also have a life that's going on crazily right now.
A lot of stuff going on right now. Just a little bit.
Yeah. not to leak your life, but yeah, man, you're going crazy right now.
He's,
In the best
he's
of
going
ways.
crazy.
No, for real though. You know, like,
I love nothing more than the fact that there is a recording of that being said. I am going crazy right now.
Oh man, you're going crazy.
Oh man, he's about to lose it. Ain't that the truth? But this is the first appropriate use of the soundboard we've had.
good.
It's good.
No, but I just meant like you're
I got a lot of stuff going on
You're a
right
busy
now.
butterfly right now, man.
That is true. That is true. Well, let's go ahead and hop into things, guys. What have you been watching here recently?
Oh,
Or reading, or I got some stuff. Do you got some stuff?
let me think for a second.
Okay,
You go
word.
first.
Okay. So I've been reading a book by Dan Ozzie called Sellout, and it's about a lot of the wonderful bands that I look up and admire too. It's about them going to major labels. So like there's like Green Day, there's interviews with Thursday, there's interviews with like all sorts of really, really good bands. And I've
Jimmy
been-
World's in there.
Jimmy
yeah?
World, yeah. Against Me, like I think Jawbreaker, you know, like a lot of really, really good bands are in there. So like it's great. No, I really like Dan Ozzie. I first read his work in a book he did with Laura Jane Grace Up Against Me called Tranny that I also really like. But so like it's like perfect. If you like music at all or those kind of bands and want to hear more in-depth stories you haven't heard before, that's a great one. And
Here's the photo book that associated with it.
yeah, dude, that's also really good too.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
I
it's
just saw it on
it's
your
great.
desk here.
Yeah, no, it's really recommended to anyone. I've also been watching some anime because of the last episode. I'm not going to dive into that because I want that to be kind of a thing we talk about whenever we finish that. But
Yeah.
it's been good so far. I watched Billy Madison. Actually,
Dang it, Dave, that was mine.
oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'll let you talk about it. But like, man, that movie is hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it holds up great. I laughed a lot, and I'm happy. I'm much in a much happier mood by even just watching it. It was great. Highly recommend checking out Billy Madison if it's been a while. If you haven't seen it all, you really need to check it out.
Yeah. Hey, if you haven't checked out this 26-year-old movie, Billy Madison,
Right.
get on it. No, it was great. We watched it for Dave and I do a podcast called Enter the Sandman, where it's an enthusiastic Adam Sandler podcast where we're going to go through all his filmography. And episode 5 comes out on November 5th, so 2 days from now. And we talk about Billy Madison with my dad. It's one of my favorite movies and one of his as well. So that was a fun
It was really cool, man.
conversation. Yeah, that would be mine as well. I now have watched it twice in 2 days. And I'm thankful for that. It was nice to do that. It's a good movie, and man, it's a trip. The only other thing that I've been taking in, because I have been very busy. We're cleaning out our house to sell it, and getting ready to move to Thailand here in about a month or so. And so this week has been the busy of weeks. Really, the only other thing that comes to mind, I've been playing a couple of mobile games. I've wanted to get into mobile games, like phone games, for a long time, but I always hit a brick wall of attention where I start to play them, and typically if they're free, I don't tend to want to spend money on them, which sounds bad because people work hard to create those films, but I don't, because I don't know if they're good or not, and blah blah blah. But because they're free, they have pretty invasive advertising that typically detracts me from them. But I played a couple. One of them, the people who made Pokemon Go, released a new game called Pikmin Bloom, which is based on the Pikmin video game series.
Cool.
And I really like it thus far. It's way I should say less involved than Pokemon Go, where it all has to do with just your steps. So you can you play it when you want to play it, and then you turn it off, and you're still playing it as you step. And it's only been like day 2, but like it's very pleasant. You everywhere you walk, you can turn on flower seeds or flower petals, and so you on the map they use Miis from the Nintendo World Miis, and you plant flowers wherever you go, and
Oh, that's cool.
it's very cute and cool. And even the AR, like AR is not quite, augmented reality is not quite where I want it to be, and I've never really enjoyed it in Pokemon, where like you can take a picture of your Growlithe sitting on the floor.
Growly, I'm not going to make it. Leave me alone and save yourself.
Yeah.
Hasn't really ever set well, but it works with Pikmin because they're these tiny creatures, and so like I just for a second had them up on my desk, and every time you level up, you can get more Pikmin that you're allowed to have following you, and so I just have 2 little red Pikmin, and they're just like, and I enjoyed that. But
Yeah.
I also started playing another one. There's the hashtag that's been on Twitter, and I believe it's part of kind of a competition or kind of a community thing called Pitch a Game, is the hashtag. And it's a bunch of indie developers pitching their games for people. And you can search the PITCHYAGAME. And I was just going through there and just love it. I love independent games. I could just eat those up. I have such a desire. I wanted to play all of them, but the only one I was able to check out was a mobile one called Monster Breakout. And I've been wanting to play a Brick Breaker game for a long time now. And so it's this like RPG light Brick Breaker style game on Android. The beta is out on Android. It's fine. I don't know. It's not a. It's very cute and has ads, which they're not as bad as a lot of them. Also has timed locked content, which is one of my least favorite things. But it's not too bad. It's like 3 minutes to continue to play, so you can store that up and play for longer. But those have really been the only 2 things that I've been playing and watching. I have not, except for Billy Madison. I guess I'm sorry. Just one more. Kamikaze Girls is another movie that we watched recently that I won't spend too long. Kamikaze Girls, it's awesome. That's it. Still
Word. I haven't been watching or doing much, to be honest. I watched some Game Grumps episodes, some newer ones. That was nice.
Which ones?
The one they did with Ross, the Mario Maker episode with Ross, and then they uploaded one today with Jaden Animations playing. I think they're both to promote the Scribble Showdown tour they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, I've just been watching Game Grumps. I watched. There was Concerned Ape put out like a gameplay trailer for a new project he's working on. He's the guy that did Stardew Valley.
It's like it's a chocolate factory game, right?
The Haunted Chocolatier. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I was really, really happy. It looks really cool.
Man, Stardew Valley is one that it has all the pieces there for me. There's just something about like how intensive is the farming sim aspect of Stardew Valley? Because that's my big I don't know. I get kind of my head can't go that many steps in advance when it comes to like forethought and planning, and I feel like
I feel you.
Yeah.
is it pretty intense? Like,
Well, like that's actually one of the problems that I have with it too, I think. And it's actually, I don't think it's that intense really. I just think that like there's a massive like level of freedom you have, which is great to like go build your farm however you want it. And it's not like Harvest Moon or the old one. Remember the old one where it was like you had a 1 year or something?
oh, the old Harvest Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the PS2.
A Wonderful Life, I think.
That sounds right, yeah.
It's not like that. I mean, it's completely like formless. You can do whatever you want, however you want. But I think that I just stress out really bad. I'm like, it's hard for me not to like be like, okay, how do I do this correctly, or how do I do this the best way? And it's kind of overwhelming. But if you can get past that, it's a wonderful game. It's amazing.
Nice. Speaking of farm sim, you guys know Animal Crossing is going to drop their new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The new
2
content
days.
badge looks it's insane.
It's a whole new game.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I started getting back into Animal Crossing a little bit ago. Don and I share an island, and so it's kind of fun to like pop in and out of the island and
That's
change
cool.
stuff. I'm very excited for that too. I think that it was definitely a comfort in the year of 2020, and going through this move and everything, I think it's going to be a bit of a comfort into 2022 for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. Heck yeah. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about before we get on to Project 7?
It got colder.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that out loud. All right, I'm good to go. Let's go.
Well, then last
No,
thing
we're
on
not
that-
talking about that.
No,
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
what was funny is like, because again, moving to Thailand, Don and I went on a walk before any of the cold kind of hit here, and I was like, man, I hope we have a cold winter. And Don was like, yeah, and then we were both like, oh well, that won't affect us. That's not going to be a thing we have to think about. Thailand's never had a freeze in recorded history.
Wow.
They're 11 degrees north of the equator, and so like the coolest month is like December, where it has highs of 90.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Okay.
You're gonna be a sweaty boy
as these projects progress, I'm going to get progressively sweatier.
and
Probably.
tanner, bro.
Probably. I'll probably keep the name Brandon. I don't think I'll switch over, but
That broke me in the best way.
hell yeah.
I just also wanted to apologize for how just gross I was the last podcast for the like one or two people that watch this regularly. I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
No,
That
you
was
were
disgusting
good, man.
last episode.
No, you were good. I mean, I guess we could just you had a sickness, not the sickness that swept the nation and world. You were negative for that, but you were down with the sickness.
Yeah. It wasn't even anything super serious, but it definitely messed with my sinuses really bad. So I was just, it was disgusting.
It was
Sorry.
something like afterwards. That was a bananas evening, by the way.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we stopped, the tornado sirens went off.
It's a twister! It's a twister!
And like, thank you for powering through that, Dylan. That was a bad call. We should not have had you power through that. Thank you for doing it. I mean,
It was my call too. Like I was
absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
it just is what it is. Like,
but
fine.
but man, I just woof. I'm glad you're better, man. But yeah,
It was a crazy night, but
it was. Yes. David, can I see your phone, please?
Yes,
Or
you can.
Can you? Let me grab this cord.
it's time to call Donna.
Yes, Donna very much enjoys being here for when we.
Oh, okay. I'll just give it to you, brother.
Okay. It likes to be on the horn for when we draw these prompts. So, she is very kind in doing some back end stuff for us, and so it only feels right to do that. Wait a second, you have two Donnas in here. Is it the one that has the last name that I know? Yes, because I recognize the phone. Oh, we're calling. Okay, here we go.
I hope that that's the right one.
Well, if not, then two people have her phone number.
Yellow.
Hi, Donna. Welcome to What If Life Was. You're on the air. Donna, how are you doing tonight?
I'm actually on a bed, not on the air, but thank you for having me on the show.
My spouse, everybody.
It was good.
Well, Donna, we're not going to ask you who wrote the last prompt because we're going to do that whenever we get to having that one finished. So we're going to hang tight on that. But we wanted you on the horn for whenever we drew prompt number 7.
Perfect. I'm so ready.
All right, Dave, will you do the honors this time?
It might be hard for me to see the prompt, but I'll give it my best shot.
You got this, man.
I gotta.
Don't look in there. Don't cheat.
Oh, so
Avert your eyes,
avert your eyes.
but don't
You
spill
know,
it either.
you know what you've said. The one thing you said, and I think you said it on the first episode, and it stuck with me the whole way through. And it'll probably be one of those things that I think about till I die. You said, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum.
Oh,
I love that, and I want to use it in any way I can, but I haven't found a good place.
that's
yet.
I got that from the McElroys.
Okay.
Yeah, don't yuck anybody's yum. Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful.
no kink shaming, nothing like that. Don't yuck a yum, man.
The McElroys should trademark that and
Well,
take royalties from it.
maybe not trademark it, but
Yeah, no, it's a really good piece of thing. All right, so here's my prompt. I'm gonna try to read this bad boy. Are you guys ready for what the prompt is?
Yeah, read it. Just read it.
Mirror.
Oh, mirror?
Mirror.
Mirror.
Mirror. Yes, Mirror. The prompt is mirror.
All right, Donna. Do you hear that?
I did.
All right. Well, thanks for being a part of this. Do you have any parting words for us?
No, I just want you all to, really take the time to reflect
There
on
it
this
is.
prompt.
Reflect on the mirror prompt. Good job, Donna. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, you guys. Have fun.
Thank you. Will do. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. So basically, the bane of every filmmaker's existence, mirrors.
Yeah.
Mirrors. Oh, do you want to get the thumbnail?
This might be the most open-ended one we've gotten.
Next to nuts.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
Nuts, yeah.
Mirror.
Do you ever see that movie with what's his butt? What's the dude's name from 24? I want to say Kevin Costner, but that doesn't sound right.
Oh.
Where's my phone?
Kevin Costner. 24. I never watched 24. The TV show?
Yeah, the TV show.
Okay. Yeah, I never watched that one.
There was a movie he was in. There was a horror film called Mirrors. I was also thinking when you said that, I was like, great. This is a wonderful word to have to repeat over and over again.
Right. Mirror.
I'm going to say this on every podcast platform I have. Anywhere
He's
I can
gonna say it.
I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet here. International Movie Database, IMDb. Your app is the worst ever. You cross borders with the information you have. Why do you not have somebody like optimizing your app? It crashes. It hardly ever works. I can't build them. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I get heated about it.
No. I feel, man. IMDb app's terrible.
Kiefer Sutherland was in a movie called Mirrors.
Kiefer?
Kiefer. Don't make me repeat that. Kiefer. Kiefer.
Kiefer.
Did I say
All
Kiefer?
right.
Yeah, he was in that was number 2 of most popular things he's done after 24, apparently, according to IMDb.
Wow.
A 2008 horror film called Mirrors, where an ex-cop and his family are the target of an evil force that is using mirrors as a gateway into their home. So can't do that.
So, you know how we do here. I'll just come up with the idea that popped in my brain. And this might be a lazy creative endeavor, is what I'm thinking. Right?
Good start.
I'm
Good
really,
sell.
I'm really selling it so far.
Yeah.
Great right now. I have always wanted to do a night like it's fun to do photo shoots, and doing photo shoots with a mirror can be interesting. I've seen other people do it, like whether it's a hand mirror, different things like that could be kind of fun. That's all that popped in my brain when I think of mirrors or mirror.
I just sold my last mirror. I had a full body mirror that we just sold.
We could have smashed it.
I like that though. I don't know. I could
Yeah,
get
fun.
into a fun photo shoot. That would be good. That would be good too in terms of scheduling and stuff. Just it would be a lot less of a like I don't know filming or songwriting. It's not that it's not an intensive process to be a photographer and take photos and stuff, but just
It's a different beast.
yeah. Oh, because we should mention. I mean. We won't say for the reasons, but like, I mean, well, I guess we can, I don't know. You're going on tour.
Yeah.
I guess we can say that. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, leave Friday. If anyone watching, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, if anyone, we are playing in Oklahoma City though.
Yeah,
when we come back.
VZDs.
Yeah, so there's that. You know.
That's on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I try to catch that. That sounded really passive. I'm like, yeah, I'll try to see if I can make it to that,
See if
man.
I can fit it in.
No, I'd love to see that. But so you are not going to be on hand for this project.
Correct.
So that's just something we should kind of keep in mind for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
What kind of, did you have a specific thing in mind in terms of mirrors and photo shoots?
No, so like the first thing that comes to mind is like doing like like model type stuff with like interesting poses and like hand mirrors, or as opposed to like getting in a room with mirrors. You know what I mean? Like I think of like, but like nothing major, like nothing just there. Do you have any ideas?
I have a couple.
Okay.
I just want to circle back to it because I do really
Let's
like that
circle
idea.
back to it. Yeah.
So-
Because I mean,
Dylan, was anything kind of tickling your brain in hearing it?
No, I'm not getting anything, and nothing's going on up there.
Okay. Well, because then let's go right back to because nothing else is coming to my mind either.
okay.
What about like, because like when you said that, I remember seeing a photo shoot, and I wish I could know anything about the photographer who did this, but I remember one where it had models in like a field in different places and had a huge mirror in front of them that was, reflecting, making them seemingly seem transparent, because of the mirror reflecting back into the grass and stuff. So like my brain kind of went to a couple places for like that, and then to like, well, what if instead of like not showing anything, what if the camera and cameraman itself were in the frame? And then I was like, well, what if it was like, we involved the camera in the process, like didn't shy away from showing the camera, which that led me to an idea of like, what if it was like reflections of a camera and then something going on in the background, like that it was capturing, like that was I don't know exactly what,
So like, I'm just trying to figure out like taking a picture of a camera lens
taking a picture of a camera and then the scene
behind that camera, or
Yeah.
like that's being reflected with that camera.
Yeah.
Or the scene that's going on in that camera. Like, which one?
going on behind the camera.
Okay.
So like imagine were there to be a mirror on this wall behind us here,
Okay.
and set the camera up in the center of the room, and taking the photo at the mirror, and then like in the background of like behind the camera is not me operating the camera but me on the computer, something more interesting than that, but like
right,
telling some kind of story.
so like making the mirror kind of feel like a portal in a way.
Yeah, or almost seem like it's like it.
Like,
in a way.
Kind of getting like some like lifestyle type photos.
Yeah.
Or like some some like editorial. That sounds really kind of cool. Yeah.
Because I can also think about a lot of Spute's rooms of the house, or rooms in a house. The album artwork for that,
Yeah.
a bunch of mirrors with the camera dead center. But like, I don't know, because it could kind of be. I don't know, I guess then it kind of comes down to what do we want to say with it. Like, I mean, in photography, do you typically have something in mind that you're trying to say, or
Yeah. So like, okay, first of all, I'm definitely not going to speak for all photographers because like.
No, go ahead. Every single one.
Every single one of them is here we are. But no, so like, yeah, like, it's really cool. Like, photography is interesting to me because in my eyes, like, that was weird. That was my throat.
I made a weird noise like
my-
that 2 podcasts ago.
Okay, word. So that was
I
my
can't
turn.
say anything.
Brandon, you're next. But no, like, yeah, no. You always want to try to like make depending on what you're doing. Like, obviously, for certain photo shoots, you just like everything else. You know, like headshots, you really don't want to make a statement. You don't want to say what you're at. But if you're doing any creative stuff, yeah, man, like it would be cool to get some kind of ideas down and like also make mood boards is how I would approach this too. Like to kind of get a good vibe going, you know. But no, I like this idea because it feels. So these are like kind of buzzwords that are just booming in my brain, and I hope they make sense. It feels kind of rustic, and it feels very surreal in a good way. Like this idea. Like I think it's really cool.
Yeah. How are you feeling about it, Dylan?
It sounds neat to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's very like open-ended too, I mean, it sounds like a cool photo shoot.
It also, in terms of like, because I'm while I'm gonna have a lot more time in the coming 7 days, still gonna be very busy. You're not gonna be here, Dave. You have a lot of stuff going on as well. This does feel like something that like, because with this new kind of perspective of like, we don't have to upload on the upload day any longer. We could definitely, I feel comfortable getting this finished before the next project. Like, this doesn't seem like something that would carry on for indefinitely afterwards.
Yeah.
And we could do as best we can while creating these, film the process and kind of do a behind the scenes, just like we did with Decaf.
Yeah, man. I really like the way the decaf like played that way. So I think that'd be a cool idea. So to kind of flesh it out a little bit more, like, so do we want to just reach out to models or reach out to people that might be interested in this project? Do we want to be the subjects? Do we want to make it kind of self-portrait style? What are you thinking, Brandon?
Well, what stinks is that self-portrait sounds like the way to go, but without you here, Dylan, and like for me, I was thinking like, oh, it'd be really cool to get like some kind of reflective shot of my now empty house. But there's a good chance it will be going on the market within the next week, and so I don't want to bank on that being an option. However, we have some options with that and some other things. We could also, because like I'm imagining like in my head I was picturing like big mirror, like big scene, but like we could also go small in some cool ways.
Yeah.
Because I just saw in your mobile for your child.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that would be kind of its own kind of fun, interesting thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that would be kind of the way to go in some ways of like making them more personal and finding ways to capture those. Because I think outside of that, it would be, I don't know, somewhat maybe disingenuous isn't the right word, but it would be, I don't know. I'd like to try and tell from a personal perspective what we can.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think, and I'm super interested in this because like I've been interested in doing a photography project with you, Dave, for a long time because I'm so interested to see you be able to kind of spread your wings with photography. And I don't know, I'm actually kind of interested in challenging you in photography. I think that's really what it comes to.
Yeah, and this is definitely this is cool because again, I and this is a little tangent, and apologies if I'm being too egregious with talking tonight, but that's silly. That doesn't make any sense.
Egregious?
Yeah.
How dare you?
One of the things that I really, a lot of people don't like college or school or whatever, and like I understand that and I get it, and it's hard and it sucks. One of the things I really am glad that I was fortunate enough to go to college. I really thrive off of challenges like this, and for photography, I don't know if anybody else can relate, but like if I'm not like, if I don't seem great at it in my eyes, it's hard to like push it further to a certain point, right? So like, anyways, like I took a photography class with a lot of wonderful people that are phenomenal at what they do, and I'm sure my stuff's good too. You said so as well, which is fantastic. Basically, this is a weird rant to say I'm excited to challenge myself too. Like it's really cool. This is a fun, cool idea.
I feel like you are pretty inventive when it comes to photography specifically. I feel like, I don't know. I probably be the last person to like, be like, to be able to like tell you like much about photography, but like, I just feel like when you do photography projects, you're always like, it always seems like there's a lot of extra layers happening, or you really thought about it a lot, which is cool.
Yeah, man. I'm always like interested in like the thin line between photography and cinematography. We've talked about this before, but like, it just reminds me of like Stanley Kubrick, and like to me, the way you get your eye as a cinematographer, pick up a camera and like do photography, because it's funny they swap so often. Like in the photography class, we would talk often about what films inspire us, what movies inspire us, and it just kind of cracks me up because like I feel like it's the same both ways. Like if you're looking for like a mood or a vibe, there's so many great photographers that like you don't know their names. I mean, there are ones you know their names, but like I don't know, it's just really cool. Sorry, ranting on the medium, but like, yeah, man.
I got two questions for you.
Two questions
for you. One.
Yeah.
Wow. Shattered. No. Okay. One.
Get it?
Film. Stop it. Stop it. One. God darn it. Just one. Film or digital?
Film and digital? For photography?
For this.
Ooh. Can we do both?
Yeah.
Let's do both.
Okay. Two.
Okay.
What if we did this? Let's push it a little further.
Ooh.
So while you will not be here physically, we can definitely get you on the horn. That's 3 times now I've made a Mystery Science Theater 3000 reference that I have not watched that show. Get you on the horn. What if we did like a just kind of I'm imagining like a video component of this, where like, what if the three of us came up with a handful of ideas for mirror shots where the camera is included, and we get those, because I was like, maybe we could get some, like, I don't know, I really love the looking at a rear view mirror, like the side mirrors in a car and the camera being there and stuff. So I was like, what if we got like just a bunch of ideas, like the mobile, like kind of telling stories and aspects of our lives. And then once they've been finished and are properly edited or printed and not printed, but printed.
Yeah.
Put those together in a video style thing, and then record a conversation between the three of us. We call you in on this, and then we put some kind of filter on you and I's voice so that all of us evenly sound like we are on a phone call, and we talk about memories. We reflect over these photos, and like that could just be kind of a cool visual, like a component of this, because like I would like people to be able to see these, and I think that putting them in a video like that would be a good way to kind of get those out. And share those, and then we could also share them on our respective pages and things. Like just three of us, like if we could just each individually come up with like a favorite memory of the three of us, and we each tell those in
visually with the pictures, right?
Not so much even that.
Oh, okay. The pictures of the mirror pictures will be okay. That's cool. Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah, just kind of I'm imagining, I don't know what, like lo-fi hip hop kind of playing, and just sharing memories of the three of us.
This is really, really cool, man. How do you feel?
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
That also ties us all in and involved in it, and keeps you in on it as well, so that the presentation of these is something that's shared. And then, we can, maybe we each come up with I don't think we should each come up with different shot ideas. I think we should just collectively kind of think of some and go for them. And we don't have to come up with all of them right here. We can, maybe the mobile. I like the reflection in the side mirror, just a bunch of mirror shots.
Yeah, let's do it. That's really cool.
I could be misreading your face, but I feel like you have a concerned face, Dylan.
I guess I'm just thinking about so you said like our conversation is going to be about the three of us. So like, do the shots need to like sort of reflect memories specifically? Okay. No,
I just feel like it's just kind of a way to present these photos, while like dulcet tones of childhood memories play under them.
I see. So they're not actually connected. It's just like a way to, okay. I see now.
It's a way for What If Life Was to present the
photos. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't actually have to do with the photo. Like the photos themselves could stand and will stand alone. They'll be presented in whatever format that they're completed in. But then that could be What If Life Was presentation for them. Because
okay.
And so, Brandon, for these photos, you want to do them together, right? Like,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, I don't see why not. I mean, that would be.
Yeah.
Then it would kind of just feel like I'm like, be gone. Like, I mean, there might be some that you get, depending, but like, I'd like to try and scale them in difficulty in terms of like stuff like the side mirror of a car. That's something that I could just pick you up from work or something and we capture then. But then like trying to push ourselves and trying to get some more, like we had initially talked about, some more creative, intensive ideas.
And so let's break down the rule of the thing, right? So basically reflection, so there has to be a mirror in it.
Yeah.
And we have to show the camera as well, essentially.
I like that idea.
Okay. Sounds good.
I guess, I don't even think it has to, that's the only way I can think of to really affirm that it's a mirror and not just a shot itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. Well,
ta-da.
Ta-da.
That was it kind of fast?
Yeah, it's pretty quick. I'm not going to complain.
No. I'm excited.
You want to send us off just for a quick second and think about, well, we've kind of already talked about actually what our schedules are, really, right?
Yeah, we have talked about what our schedules are.
And I can just, I can find some time this weekend and we can get together and shoot some sturf.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh my God, guys! After the nearly 2 hours of recording last time and the cluster that it was, first off, are we done doing weird places of recording these? Because I feel bad. I said the car. I also said the bathroom.
No,
and
the car and the bathroom were great. Like visually, they were interesting as
Yeah,
can be. Right.
I thought it was fun.
Like
It was
I know,
cool.
I definitely love the different places. And like, yeah, no, I want to keep pushing ourselves until we can't. You know.
Sure.
Obviously, I think that whenever you are in Bangkok, I don't know if we can. I mean, I guess we can try to find different places.
Oh,
there's
I mean,
places.
I had intended for when I'm in Bangkok to actually like to have fun with trying to get different angles of just myself talking to you guys. So, I mean, you guys do
that's
what you
gonna
want.
be cool.
And then that way too, it's still be easier in terms of like you guys can, either be in your respective homes or just here or at your place, and you guys have fun with it. I don't know, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Since we are done, do we maybe want to take this episode to explain, because we said this several episodes ago, why like the title?
Oh, that's a
this?
good
Yeah,
idea.
that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
All right. Well, Mirrors will be out soon. It'll be a photo series with a video accompaniment. But yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Dave, if you want to go ahead.
No, wait, what? Like,
No, I got this. I got this.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Dylan.
dang.
Go for it.
Stepping up.
I don't. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
This
You
is
go.
this is Brandon's. This is your idea in terms of the name, man. It's a great idea. Like, go
Oh,
ahead.
thanks. No pressure there. No, I do like it a lot. So I don't know if this is a weird thing to do or not, but so I do this thing when I'm bored sometimes where I just start to think of a question. Like I know part of it's my anxiety. I will try and think of questions that people would ask or situations. I don't think I'm not alone in this. I know that it's a pretty common practice of imagining conversations and trying to prepare myself for talking with people. It's how I deal with some of my social anxiety, and it works until it doesn't, and then I have to learn how to cope with that. But one of the things, like, I don't know if I call it like a thought experiment or what, but I would like to imagine trying to define art without the, I don't know, it feels, I guess the only thing I think of is a cop out of that everything can be art, because when everything can be art, then nothing is art. And then you haven't really defined anything at all, because, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And so when you are trying to, art is subjective. I mean, art, a trash can to any of us is a trash can, but somebody who is actively trying to rid the world of litter, can put a lot of thought and effort into what it is that is being designed to make it more efficient for people and more desirable for them to throw away litter. And that in itself can be art because of the effort and because they define it as art. So then it becomes art, but in maybe the person who worked on designing or mass producing that trash can would not consider it art. It's considered work, and then it's not art. So I would go back and forth for a long time trying to really work on, if aliens invaded and they held a laser beam to our planet and said, give me a definitive definition of art so that I would be able to distinctively identify it, or I will destroy the planet. And so I probably spent about 2 years on and off thinking about this. I wasn't actively like writing or I enjoyed asking people to attempt to define art as succinctly and as getting every form of art without broadening it so far as to make it where anything can be art. And I went through a lot of different iterations of textbook definitions of what I would consider to be a definition of art. I know at one point I was saying something along the lines of like augmented reality perceived as augmented. So it's, something that exists that has been altered, and then you can be aware of the fact that it has been altered. But then that trash can example doesn't really work, because while you took the material and altered it, then in itself, it's not, whether or not it's perceived it kind of gets lost in the weeds, and I wasn't really like nailing it down. And a couple of months before I brought this idea to you guys, I got to this notion of like, basically that life, or that art is answering a question. It's seeing something that is lacking in the world and having a question that is what if life could be something else, and what if life was, and then the blank to it is finishing that. So I kind of worked my way into like art is answering or filling in the blank of the statement or the question, what if life was so blank, what if life was a world that is less littered, and that is somebody creating a trash can that is more efficient and more alluring to people. The person who designs and puts their heart and soul into the architecture of a children's hospital would very much see their work as art, because they are saying, what if life was children and people having a better way of living, and I find those things to be beautiful, and I think those things in themselves can be art. And to me, that kind of eliminates the aspect of it that it it keeps the beauty in the eyes of the beholder, but it nails down the specifics as to what is being defined as art. And that was really the one that I felt so great about it, in that I don't know, I've yet to have another thought process or another anything to really to go against that. I'm always welcome to any idea or anybody's input as to how that excludes any aspect of art or any sect of anything. But that was I remember I got to that and I was like, that feels really, really good. And then shortly after that, I thought of this weird structure of a show that we have, and I was like,
yeah, man,
put the two together, and that's where we are.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And then like the next day I came to you with this project, didn't I?
Yeah, no, so like, yeah, this night we were hanging out, and we'd actually, Dylan, you were sick, and so we were like, oh, let's FaceTime you for a bit. You remember?
Yeah.
And like, it was, we hadn't done that as people together in a while, and it felt we had so much fun. It felt so good. We hated to say goodbye. And so then Brandon and I started watching just videos of us as kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it like got us that much more excited and like, just missing that. And then you told me that,
Yeah.
and then the next day, here we are.
Yeah.
It's great. It's amazing.
Yeah, but that's the meaning behind the title of the show, What If Life Was, because I just really liked the idea of constantly asking that question. What if life was a short about nuts? What if life was dueling country artists? What if life was pizza? What if life was decaf? And what if life was glass eye? Well, just like, what if life was, and it's, I don't know, it feels such a kind, because there's such contention. I think actually what largely started me on this path of like thinking about art in this way was weirdly video games, because there's a weird conversation that people have where they talk about video games not being art, and I cannot for the life of me get behind the notion that video games are not art. Like,
Who says that?
I'll
find you.
That very well may be just it. Maybe there isn't anybody that says that, and it's just people constantly being like, I can't believe people say that, and nobody actually says it. Maybe that's just it. Maybe it's not real outrage, but like, I just take I don't even make video games, but like,
There's no way they're not art. Like, there's no conceivable way.
Right.
yeah, I'm sorry to whoever's editing this, but like, what the fuck, like, do you mean? Like, it's such an asinine idea to be like, somebody putting in the soul and effort into anything they make. We have, outside of this, the three of us have worked on so much and wanted so much from the projects we've made. And that's why I still want it in whatever definition is. It's something that anybody can answer. It's a question and answer that anybody. It's a question that anybody can fill in that blank. Anything you do, and if anybody tells you that what you're doing is not art, I mean, they can just go themselves. It's such a frustrating notion that anybody would like gatekeep or withhold creating art. I mean, why? It's such anybody can share it, anybody can love it. If you call, I mean, if you're answering that question, because it also, I mean, like I do take issue with people who, not take issue, but like you can tell when somebody's doing something and there isn't sincerity behind it. There are musicians or artists across the board where you're like, this is a paycheck, and if that's what it is, everybody has to eat, and that's fine. And it also, to me, gives credence to critics who will decry those things, who will look at things and be like, well, this isn't art because you just did it for a paycheck. But that person can still say, what if life was me living off of me getting to create movies? And if that's what it is to you, then it still is art. You cannot take that away from anybody because you're filling in that blank. So
True.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my soapbox. Gonna set it down. It's a two crates of RC Cola from the 50s that are duct taped together and stuck under a fridge.
Welcome back to Earth.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
No, I love it. That's awesome.
I love those RC milk crates too.
I gave them away.
Did you?
I did.
I hope the new owner loves them.
It's my brother-in-law.
Good.
So
Staying in the family.
staying in the family. He got that fridge too.
Heck yeah, man.
Sorry, guys. Sorry if either you wanted that, but it's too bad.
No,
So,
that's good.
that was. You can go call him if you want. No, it's, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, keep an eye out for mirrors. They'll get you. They'll steal your soul.
Don't say Candyman, right?
Don't say what?
Yeah,
Candyman in the mirror?
I'm
5
sorry, I
times.
can't hear you very well. What was it?
Candyman.
Oh no, you said it 3 times. We have to go now.
Is that how it works? I haven't seen it. Yeah, you saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The new one?
Yeah,
Oh, how was it?
it was good. I liked it. It was wild.
Have you seen the original?
I have not.
I haven't either. I haven't seen either, but
I can't stop messing with this. I'm so
it's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sure it sounds wonderful.
It's all good. All right, guys. Well, we'll be back shortly. Whenever we're back.
Au revoir.
Canther Amoeba.
You IMDb. Sorry.